I'm here in my car with Laura MacKenzie, a reporter for PolarGriz.com. She has just seen the film. What film? The Adventures of Duddy Kravitz.
No, that's not true. It was called The Grand Seduction.
Right, The Grand Seduction.
So...
You said it was such a good movie.
Holy crows, guys. I could not rate that movie more highly on a level of humor and entertainment, on a level of heartwarming comedy, on a level of personal relevance, like not, very, very direct personal relevance, but I feel like relevance to, issues that we deal with in this part of the country all the time, and the actors were really good. What a good movie, guys.
So give us the premise, no spoilers. I haven't seen the film.
Okay.
Apparently it was amazing.
Yes. Okay, the premise... The movie is set in a very small harbor in rural Newfoundland called Tickle Cove.
Tickle Cove? Is that a real name?
Well, it's not, an unrealistic name for Newfoundland. I honestly don't know if it was Tickle Cove or Tickle Head. I think it was Tickle Head. Anyway, so this place, has been inhabited for a good long time and used to make its living off the fishery, but as we all know, the fishery is no more, really. So they are struggling to be able to keep their town going, and they have, a good chance at getting this petrochemicals plant to come set up shop in their town, but they have to have a doctor who lives there full-time in order to do that. So the whole premise of the movie is the town trying to lure this doctor in by any means necessary and convince him to stay and live forever in their town.
That sounds like it could be a funny premise.
Holy crows. Well, it was based on a Quebec movie that usually when a movie is based off of another movie, it's a movie that was made in, the 60s or something, an old classic black and white, whatever. I'm pretty sure the original movie was actually made in, 2001 or something. But it was made in Quebec. It was made in French, obviously. And then these, producers decided we want to do a version in Newfoundland because the story was basically the same, a small town that was trying to secure a doctor to, expand their horizons and save their town, which obviously applies very easily to rural Newfoundland and rural Nova Scotia, for that matter.
I wonder how it compares to the original.
Well, and it's funny, I was sitting there, I was in the theater by myself, and there was this gentleman who was sitting next to me. I think, like everybody, I like to leave one seat between me and the next group of people when I'm choosing...
But can you do that at the opening gala film?
Hell no, you can't. And I knew that because I'm a reasonable, mannered lady. So I was putting down my jacket, and I looked at the gentleman, and I was like, let's be real, I can't put my coat here because I know I'm going to have to come down and scooch in there with you. And he was like, yeah, probably. Or he said something better than that. But anyhow, he was really nice. And we got to talking a little bit, me and this very nice older gentleman, and he was asking me if I had seen the original version, and I said I hadn't. But he said it was very good, and afterwards he said, this version had completely lived up to his expectations. It's every bit as good as the original. He didn't say that, but one assumes. But oh my god, it was so funny. What a funny movie. And the nice thing is that when I was thinking at the end, I was like, that's the funniest thing that I have seen in ages. That's the funniest friggin' movie. I was in a state of, high nervous agitation the whole time. Not because it was only jokes ever, that was the only thing that was happening, because other stuff happened too, but you just get so involved in the story, and you're so invested, oh my god, I want these people to succeed so bad, I don't want any feelings to get hurt, I don't want them to feel, less than, I don't want them to feel, discouraged or ashamed, and so your heart is sitting neatly on the edge of your knees the whole time, waiting to get stomped on, and it didn't stomp too badly, so I'm grateful for that.
All right, so final thoughts?
Jeez. Well, the nice thing is that when I was saying, this is the funniest thing I've seen in ages, the thing that I mentally compared it to was a very dissimilar movie, but it was also a Canadian film. God.
What could it have been?
You and I just watched
the hockey movie?
Yeah, the hockey movie.
Oh, what's the hockey movie? Goon.
It was, a lot of the humor. I don't know if someone with a more finely tuned sense of humor than I would actually say the humor was similar, but it made me laugh in similar ways. It got similar reactions from me emotionally. So yeah, I thought it was wonderful that, the hilarious movie that I compared it to was also a film that had really strong Canadian connections.
All right. Well, that's it for all of us here at Polar Grizz. You were just listening to Laura MacKenzie talk about the adventures of Duddy Kravitz. What was it?
That is incorrect.
The Grand Seduction. She was
Yes.
just talking about the Grand Seduction. And I'm Vincenzo Ravina. You'll be hearing from us all 8 days of the Atlantic Film Festival 2013. Keep it right here. Keep it here. Keep it here.